Hey, everybody. It is Peter here from Strong Healthy Women, and welcome to Talking Wellbeing TV, where we share hints, tips, and advice about the foundations of wellbeing. And all week this week, we are talking about confidence within you. And so often, what happens is we focus on our negative things as opposed to all the things that are so positive about ourselves. And so I am really delighted today to introduce you to Fiona Keary from Style Liberations. How are you, Fiona?
Well, how are you, Peter?
I'm really, really good, thank you. And today we are following up Monday. So Monday we were talking about personality, and I absolutely love personality because that is just showing who you are, and when you dress to your personality each and every time, you feel like you're just rocking it out. And then I honestly believe that color is that secondary thing to it, because when you wear the right colors, it just makes you sparkle and shine that little bit more. And so you find this inner confidence in yourself. Would you agree with that?
Oh, look, colour is an easy win. And I say that all the time. You know, style personality, you have to sort of work your way through it and do a little bit of work. Colour is an easy win because you can throw it on and all of a sudden it's what we call the foundation effect. It makes you look healthy, glowing, vibrant, you know, your eyes sparkle, all the rest of it. So I love it. And it is my favourite thing to do, is to do colour. Love it, because when someone sees that change in their face, it's like an Instagram filter. And when someone sees that change and they go, oh, wow, it's just great. And, of course, we show sick day colours as well, so that you know what you need to avoid.
Yeah, oh, totally. So go on. No, go on.
So it's one of those things that is really easy once you know what colours really suit you and are best for you to bring into your wardrobe. And it's something that you can do really easily. You can start with like scarves or T-shirts or tops and things like that, because it's really anything from the bottom up that has any impact on your face. So, yeah, easy win in terms of looking fabulous.
So I'm sitting here without makeup on, as I normally do, because I'm usually working in a fitness studio. So I sometimes put makeup on, but not. So I'm going to bring my face in so you can see. So I have my glasses here that have got a little bit of my colouring in them. So see my eyes? Now, I have another pair of glasses, which are my close-up glasses, and you can see like the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy win in terms of wearing something that is close to your eye colour enhances your eye colour. So obviously if you've got blue eyes, going for blues, green eyes, go for green. You know, if you've got brown eyes, go for, you know, a little bit of brown. It will enhance. And then you've got other things that are eye intensifiers as well. But when I talk about why the reasons, it's not just about also looking fabulous, because obviously that gives you heaps of confidence. But there's two other reasons colour really can increase your confidence in a way that you wouldn't normally think that it would. And one of those other ways is because when you work with a colour palette, and I've got one prepared earlier, but say you work with a colour palette, and this is similar to mine. When you work within a colour palette, everything in there pretty much mixes and matches. And I know when we talk to women, one of the biggest challenges they have is around colour combinations and how to put colour together and how to wear it together. Because what can often happen is we buy lots of different bits and pieces, and then all of a sudden we've got clothes that are in these colours and then we've got clothes in these colours, and we're trying to make them together and they don't. And then we feel like we can't get it, that we can't make it work, that we're doing something wrong, or, you know, we're no good at this. All of those things come up for us. But actually, it's just because no one's taught us. You know, if you're not someone who is an artist or has learned a lot about colour or a designer, like I wasn't taught really how to use colour or put it all together until I went through my own style transformation. But when you are given a tool where, you know, you can see that if I use most of these colours, they'll work together, then it gives you confidence to play with colour, try new things, because you know that you're not necessarily going to waste money on that colour because it's not going to work with other things that you've got. And that's sort of a confidence to experiment, play around, have fun, and try things that are a little bit different. And when I say different, it's just not wearing a black pair of pants every day, because that's what a lot of us do, is default to a pair of black pants because we think that's what goes with
it. Yeah. I'm just going to say, hey, Sal, she's just commented here. Hi, ladies. I get to watch today. So,
hi, Sal. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, and it is so true. I know that now that I understand what my colours are, and what I found was I had naturally gravitated to those colours, and when I was outside of those colours, it was really difficult to put them together with something. And so I've slowly been culling so that I only have colours that are within my colour palette, unless it's something that I totally love and I can make it work, you know, some other how. So, yeah.
You cheat pieces. And look, we're all allowed those.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, totally. It's like being on a diet. You're allowed your cheat days. Yeah, totally.
When you're really delicious green chicken curry that, you know, is from your favourite takeaway.
And you just want to eat the whole tub yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, what's the third thing with colour?
The third one around colour is there's actually a lot of psychological messaging behind colour. So if you think about that, you can then use colour as a bit of a superpower, okay? So it's no accident that organisations spend a lot of money on their colourways and logos because of the psychological messaging behind those colours. But we don't think about that so much for us. And I think it's important to start thinking about that as an individual as well. So if you think about it, sort of banking or big consulting firms or software firms tend to use that sort of royal blue colour because it's seen as, you know, reliable, steadfast, conservative, trustworthy, although there's a bit of work to do after the Banking Royal Commission for a few of those organisations now. And then you also got, if you think about fitness or environmental, they'll use a lot of greens or browns because it's wellness. Especially if you look, and I find it really interesting, if you look at packaging in health food aisles or in health food stores, a lot of them use more natural colours, like nature-based colours, into your lighter taupe and browns, or into these sort of nature-based greens, for example, because that's the messaging behind it. Whereas if you look at food, for example, or fast food,
totally,
they use a lot of red and yellow, either red or yellow, because when you combine them, that actually has been shown to increase your metabolism, which then makes you feel more hungry. So that's why they always say don't go shopping on an empty stomach, because you'll see the red and yellow and go, oh, I want that.
And the same applies for red being a passionate colour. And so you might think that you want to paint your bedroom red, but all that's going to do is keep you awake of a night time.
Yes,
because it is speeding up your metabolism. So you know, you want to have some red, then you have your little dashes of red, but definitely don't paint your bedroom red.
No, eat some strawberries, people.
Gee, I've had a theme of sexy time today. We were talking about that this morning too.
Or what colour you wear as well, because it will really interesting. There was a study done, and I'm going to forget the name of it. It was done at Northwestern University in the States. Actually, I remember now. It's Adams and Galinsky. So what they did is they did this study on enclothed cognition. So yes, wearing different colours will project messages to other people, but actually what you wear actually has an impact on you and your mood and also behaviour. And so what they found was when they dressed people in different things, not necessarily colour, but in different things, they performed or behaved differently. And that's why we often have, not just for practical reasons, people having a uniform, but also for that whole idea of showing up in a particular way or feeling in a particular mood. So notice when you're not feeling so great, perhaps what colours you go to. And we find often people go for very neutral or deeper colours or what we call sombre colours. Whereas when people are feeling more joyful and happy, they'll tend to gravitate to those, you know, sort of more brighter or lighter or breezier sort of colours as well. So that will often indicate to other people what mood you're in too. So it's also a superpower because if you think about how you wear colour together, some colours grab attention and it's very much that wow impact that gravitate towards you. Some colours people might be a little bit intimidated by you, and sometimes you might want that if you have a difficult conversation where you need the upper hand. Other colours will have people really drawn to you and feel nurtured and cared for by you as well. And so it is a superpower in that way, and it will give you confidence for whatever you have to, I guess, come up against or embrace that day. So I know for me, if I'm having a meeting where I need to be a little bit more assertive and, with that, I will wear particular colour combinations and colours to, one, I guess, project a particular message to somebody else, but at the same time to give me that power and that armour and that confidence as well around it. So can be very power around that.
And do you want to share one of those colours with us?
Oh, yeah. So, for example, I like to go into, if I'm feeling particularly confrontational, which I usually don't, I usually go into one of the reds. Very much.
Yes.
But also, I often go into one of my purples. And the reason I go for one of my purples, it's seen as quite, I guess, regal. It's seen as
royal,
sort of, has authority, an air of authority to it. So rather than coming in all guns blazing, the purple just takes the edge off the red a little bit. So I find purple's really good in that sort of instance. But if you
I know that when I was in the corporate world and I was running training sessions, sometimes they were for, hundreds of people, I would often wear the red or the purple suits type of thing so that, it kept everybody focused on me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it is very interesting colour.
Yeah, and especially if you want people to be, if you want to sort of guide people or be more of that nurturer, then really you're looking at your sort of beautiful mid-tone colours like your blues and still purples, but they'll just be a little bit lighter, perhaps a little bit softer as well, and some of the greens too. So it's just that confidence as well that you're projecting the right sort of image for that.
And so how do you go about finding out what colours are right for you? Can everybody wear every type of colour, or what's the process?
Yeah, so look, there are universal colours that suit everyone, and what you'll notice in a lot of uniforms will have like the navies and the reds. There's a particular navy and a particular red that really works for everybody. But when we look at colour for somebody, we look at three main factors. And we look at the depth of the colour. So whether sort of deeper colours are going to be better for you, or something that is a little bit lighter, for example, is going to be better for you.
Right.
That's the first, and that's usually based on your own sort of contrast between your hair, skin, and eyes. And you'll often know something feels either a little bit heavy, either it's too deep for you, or if it feels a little bit too washed out, so i.e. too light for you, and perhaps you might disappear, like your features might disappear a little bit. So it's gauging where you sit. So the majority of people, no matter their skin tone or skin depth, the majority of people sit at that sort of medium value. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't wear something that's lighter or deeper. It just means that if you should be wearing things at medium value, for example, if you want to wear white by itself and it's too close to your, like it washes you out, then what you might do is you might pair it with a jacket or a cardigan or like maybe beads or something like that, or a scarf that is a little bit deeper to bring it back up to that medium value. Likewise, if you're going to wear a darker colour, say your deep navies and stuff, or like a deep green, you might just pair it again with something that's just a little bit lighter to bring it back up to medium value. So for medium value is pretty much for everybody in terms of that. So it's playing around with that. So that's the first thing that we look at.
And so you're using your skin, your eyes, and your hair. So if you're someone who changes the color of your hair often, that means that the depth or the lightness of that color may very well change. Am I right with that?
Yeah, and look, it will depend. So it depends on a, because you've also got to take your eye and skin color into account as well. Because often a lot of people say to me, you know, as we become ageless and wiser and our hair, you know, we might go au naturel with our grey and our white and our silver colour.
Yep.
A lot of people go, oh, well, does that completely change what I have to wear? Sometimes you might have to go a little bit lighter with what you wear, but you'll still want to have a little bit of depth. Otherwise, again, we might lose some of your features. However, what's going to be important there is then the depth of your eye colour, because if your eye colour is still sort of medium to deeper, then you've still got quite a bit of contrast between your eyes and your hair and your eyes and your skin. So it will depend. Working through that and working through that. Yeah. Whereas if your eyes are light, your skin is lighter and your hair is lighter as well, then yes, the overall depth will come down. However, if your skin is deeper and then your hair goes lighter, then again, you've got to keep that medium balance because you're doing the same with your hair and your skin too.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Where it's got all of those different scenarios on it as well.
Wow. Okay. So that's the first part of it. So you're looking at that, and then so what happens from there? So once you
so once we work out sort of what depth is right for you, then we work out the temperature of the colour. And I know I just showed before where things didn't go together between what we call a cool blue-based colouring or warm yellow-based colouring. So I'm just fanning it out again, just so you can see. Okay. So then we're working out whether or not cool, and I never know which way to put things in front of this.
I never know either. Yeah, but that's perfect. Yep.
So whether cool blue-based colours are going to be better for you or warm yellow-based colours are going to be better for you.
Right.
And what we do is we actually, to determine that, we actually do face-to-face draping, or we do virtual colour where we use a program to determine your undertone. So it's something like this. We'd hold it up and have a look through, and based on a number of questions and things like that, and in analysing your skin and looking at pigmentation and eye colour, hair colour, all those things, we'd work out which one is going to be better for you. Now, I wonder if anyone can guess which one is more my colours, one or the other. So the jumper might give it away. It blends in perfectly.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the thing that actually, like the depth, you can pretty much work out yourself, but it's the temperature that you really need to have, I guess, that expert advice on, because that's where it can get a little bit tricky in terms of looking at what the right temperature is, because things can actually look quite similar. but have slightly different temperatures. Like if you look at both of these, we've got some blues in here that could almost, bring that back up.
There. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Yeah.
It's actually a warm palette. That's actually a cool palette. So there'll only be a little bit of a difference, and it's just working out where that sits. That's the second thing we look at, is the temperature. And I guess that's
so you look at temperature, depth. Is there anything else that you look at?
Yeah, then we look at the intensity of the colour. So whether really bright, bold colours are better for you. So this is a warm, bright and bold. Or whether something that is a little bit softer, dustier and more muted is going to be better for you. And again, this is based on your hair, skin and eyes as well. So like if you have, say, softer eyes, your skin is sort of normal to drier and it's quite a matte finish, and your hair has texture to it, then usually you'd be heading towards being a little bit softer and more muted. If, for example, your eyes are very clear, your skin is more dry to oily, and your hair is quite shiny, then you're probably heading towards being more of that clear or bright colours. So again, it's all about balance and harmonising with what you already have. The interesting thing I find is a lot of people who, for example, are more of a muted palette will think that things are brighter than what they are. So yeah, because you've got beautiful texture and everything with your hair, with that, and beautiful skin as well.
Thank you.
Gorgeous lady.
So this is I've had my colours done. And so this is my colour palette here. And I wanted to be one of those rare unicorns. So Sally Ann had hers done with me, and she's a rare unicorn. And so I was, like, oh, I want to be rare as well. But now that I actually have all my colours, Sel's just saying goodbye to her. She's got to go and open up for the training session that we're chatting about, that when I finish, I have to go and jump into. So, yeah, and then when I actually got all of these colours, I went, oh, my God, how brilliant are they, And if you look at, like, my colour that I have on here, so my blues and my greens, I've got all those colours on. And what I find, and this is ironic, that my horse shirts, so my Wranglers, and all of the horsey brands, they're just spot on for me.
Yep.
Which is fascinating.
They are perfect, and I've seen some of them, and they are spot on for you, especially with the print and everything as well, and the way they've combined the colour. Because for your colour palette, is it okay if I let everyone know what colour palette you are?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so, totally.
Cool light. So Peter's actually quite neutral, and that's the thing I should have said before. You can be warm, you can be cool, but there's a lot of people that are quite neutral. So even though you say you're not a unicorn, you are a unicorn because you're neutral. What they love to do is people who are cool and light will like, combinations, not so much block colour, you like combinations of colour. So you like it in a print or pattern, but it doesn't necessarily always have to be like a really detailed print or pattern. Like even what you're doing today is perfect, but you like to add colour together. You don't necessarily just want to do it as one block colour. You like to add something, create that interest for you. And a bit of texture as well, I've noticed. Cool lights like to have a bit of texture. They like it to feel really nice as well.
Oh, totally. I bought a new pair of pajama pants the other day. They're animal print, I might add. And they're so soft. It was like, oh my goodness, how soft are these things? So they're more lounge pants. So I reckon I could wear them out. They're so nice.
Are they? Because I'm always up for animal print lounge pants, Peter. So tell me after.
Yeah, totally, I will. So just to recap on that, with the colour, we're looking at depth,
Yep.
temperature, and
intensity.
Intensity. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and so if someone wanted to, go about getting their colours done and analysed, how would they go about doing that?
They would come and see us, hopefully.
Totally. Well, we need to put a link up then.
We will. Look, we are really, really lucky that we have for the last year and a half nearly been able to offer virtual colour, especially during this period. So we do our sessions face to face, which lots of people love to do, and they love to do it with a group of friends, but we know that that's not always possible at the moment. So we're really lucky that we have a program that was developed here in Melbourne, and we have been licensed to use it so that we can actually do virtual colour. So it involves, we keep everything in the vault. We're not distributing your photos. You send us through some photos. Yeah. We go back and forth to make sure that they're the right lighting and all the rest of it. And then we put it into the program that we use to determine your colour palette. But we don't just leave you there either. We really help you in terms of, we send you some instructional videos on how to use your colour palette, how to make the most of it, and then we're always there for questions afterwards as well, because it is a bit of a learning process, and you do need to play with it a little bit. It's just not as straightforward as necessarily, okay, this is my colour swatch and I'm going to go out and buy this colour. It's also learning how to wear the colours within your swatch, the right contrast levels, the right prints and patterns, the right fabrics, and we provide all of that information as well.
For you, yeah. And so you get this too, don't you, when you get your colours done, so you get your swatch. And I think these are really handy, so I just keep mine in my handbag. And so if I am looking for something, or I just happen to shove my head in a shop, which I rarely do these days because I've just got into the habit of staying at home, you can do this. You can look around and you go, oh, there's no colours in there for me, and you're out of there. And so it's a really time-saving, liberating aspect as well too. So and that's what I really love about it, is understanding these are my colours, and if I just stick with them, then everything in my wardrobe is going to work together. I'll feel good about it, and I'm not wasting time. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and I'm not wasting time and money as well, which is brilliant, totally brilliant. So, and I know you've got something coming up very soon, haven't you?
We do. Thank you. We are launching the next round of our style transformation program, which includes all about colour, but also we delve deep into style personality so that you can really get in there and define it, so that you feel really confident in those style personality elements, so that when you look at something, you can go, yep, that's absolutely right for me based on that. And then also we do the colour, and then we also do your body architecture. And again, what I want to say about that, it's not size, it's about creating proportion. So I know we're going to cover that more on Friday as well, around architecture. So yeah, we do those, but as bonuses, we also teach you how to create a capsule wardrobe, and then how to shop to fill in the gaps. So we've got some game plans and some secret tips that we share in terms of really having a successful shopping trip, to bring together that wardrobe that, works for every occasion for you.
And you totally rock it. You totally feel confident in yourself, which is brilliant. And so I want to finish up with my tip today in regards to confidence, which is social media. So cull your social media feed that you have. So if you're finding what you're seeing is dragging you down, and you're thinking, oh, I need to look like that person, or, I'm just not matching up, that's the time to unsubscribe to those places and really just focus on the places that are filling you up and helping you feel confident as well too. So is there a waiting list, out of curiosity, for the style
Style
transformation?
transformation there is. So I'll share that link with you, Peter.
Oh,
That would,
do.
thank
You're going
you.
to be first, ladies. How exciting. Are you excited? So we'll put the link up so that you can get on the waiting list. So when Fiona goes, it's go time, you can find out all about it as well too. Yeah, that'll be pretty exciting. Thanks, Fiona, for being here today. I love colour.
Yeah,
Colour's
so do I.
brilliant.
For having me, and I'm looking forward to Friday as well, Peter. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So I will see you Friday. Bye, ladies. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.